Tape has just released Arc 8 Chapter 2, and this video will be a summary of the chapter. Highly recommend you check out my Arc 8 Chapter 1 summary. Anyways, let's begin. Beatrice is at a loss on how to deal with Lewis. Without Lewis's help with the magical cannon, many would have died on the battlefield, including Dicker Ottoman. However, this act alone cannot wipe the sins away from being a sin archbishop. Beatrice asks Lewis if she has any animosity towards Beatrice, Subaru, or any of the others. The red gale horse runs with all of them on the back of it as they head to their destination. Lewis stands up and points in a direction. From Beatrice's perspective, it was chaos. The clash between the army and the rebel army, flying dragons fighting, the dead rising one after another and destroying the city. It's a reminder of the times 400 years ago, during the times of the witch. Beatrice utters the word witch. Beatrice's creator, Echidna, who she addresses as her mother, was also called a witch. In those days, there were other witches bearing the names of sin. During those times, people struggled to survive. The current imperial city was a reincarnation of that time. What exactly caused this? Subaru says vocally to wait for him, Rem. Beatrice had no doubt that Lewis was pointing in the direction of Rem. Lewis also used a lot of mana taking out the magic cannon. She also went directly to Subaru amidst the chaos. Lewis seems to have the ability to locate people. Whether or not this is linked to finding specific people or all people is unknown. They see the building, but it has high walls, and Eudora wants to go around. But Subaru calls out to Tanza. Tanza says, "I don't want you to misunderstand me, but I'm not a tool to break down walls." As she emotionlessly dashes up to the wall, collides into it with her feet, which causes the entire wall to crumble and collapse. Subaru and the rest jump through the plume of smoke and enter the mansion courtyard on the gale horse. Subaru looks around, so does Beatrice. Beatrice sees the location to go, and Lewis confirms it by pointing in that direction. They see a figure at the end of the corridor. One of them, of course, Beatrice recognizes. Beatrice chants Minya, and the pale-faced zombie gets struck down and shatters into glass. With that, the gale horse rushes to Rem. Before Subaru then go on to jump off the gale horse, and Subaru states that the real star has arrived. Rem, however, looks at Subaru and asks who he is. Subaru says that it's him, but he's a little shorter, and Rem says no one comes to mind. However, Subaru vocalizes that he is shocked that Beatrice accepted him fast, yet Rem, of course, is not. Also, Lewis accepted him. But Beatrice explains that she is Subaru's partner, so it's expected that Beatrice can recognize Subaru no matter how he looks. By the way, editor's note, do keep in mind Beatrice is of course linked to Subaru by their contract, so Beatrice obviously knows who Subaru is. Beatrice then asks if Subaru's analysis of Rem is true, considering the fact that Subaru stated that Rem is kind to him, yet Rem seems to be pretty cold. But Subaru states that Rem has forgotten everything. This of course causes Beatrice some apprehension. Of course, Beatrice ponders to herself, this could be due to the Sleeping Beauty syndrome. Beatrice then asks Rem if she remembers her, but Rem states that this is of course the first time they've met. Subaru says that it's still him, and the conversation is interrupted by Flop, who says, "Ah, I thought it was Subaru," before Subaru retorts, "Hey, at least Flop understands." We see Flop appeared from behind Rem. Subaru did not expect Flop to be here, so Subaru asks if he was also kidnapped. Flop explains that he was wounded, pointing to his bandages, and that Rem came along to heal him. Rem, seeing this conversation, is confused, but comes to the realization that the small boy is Subaru, before asking that not only can he cross-dress, he can also turn into a child, but Subaru tries to deny it. And of course, Beatrice gets asked for some help here, but Beatrice just states, "Wait, what? Subaru, you've been cross-dressing again without Betty and the others knowing?" Flop stated that all of them dressed up as women during the bloodless castle siege, including the village chief and himself. Rem was also shocked that Subaru came to rescue her, but Subaru stated of course he would, and stated that he found out late and that's the reason why he came late. But he came here due to Lewis. Lewis then hugs Rem and they embrace. Rem states that she wasn't sure since Subaru is of course usually cold to Lewis, but Subaru then pats Lewis on the head and states that he is sorry about before. During the time Rem and Subaru separated, Subaru's relationship with Lewis was at his worst point. However, now Subaru states that they've made up. Rem then asks Lewis what she thinks, and she nods, confirming Subaru's words. Beatrice states that she accepts the situation, seeing that Rem and Lewis truly like each other, considering it was gluttony that caused Rem to lose her memories, and now here they were hugging it out. Subaru states he doesn't have all the answers. After all, Rem doesn't have her memories, and they don't know who Lewis is. Tanza, however, appears and tells Subaru that they should go. Subaru, of course, wants to rescue everyone, and Rem talks about Katya and the other fake crown princes. Subaru gets asked what to do, and he states that it's best to help them out. Tanza is of course unsure. She's the only person that knows that Subaru is not the true crown prince. The only reason why Eudora and the others follow Subaru in the Pleiades squadron is because they believe the lie that he is in fact the crown prince. So releasing the other fake crown princes can expose him. However, he has to do it. After all, Subaru will not sacrifice innocent lives for the sake of his lie. Rem and Flop state that they don't have the key for the padlock, locking the cell to the room in front of them, which houses all of the crown princes. So Subaru again calls out to Tanza, who sighs and then breaks the lock with her hand, before Subaru then goes on to enter the room and tell the 14 or 15 young boys in there that they need to work together. Tanza looks around the room and notes that the prisoners were well fed and it was very clean. The crown princes are of course on board with coming with Subaru. Rem is then asked about Katya. Rem states that she has brown hair, and Flop finishes the conversation by stating that Katya cannot walk. However, of course they have a girl horse, so it shouldn't be an issue carrying Katya. They then explain that Katya is in the building on the other side of the complex. Subaru notes that their fighting force is kind of slim, but Eudora said that he can fight also. Rem states that she is concerned about Katya, obviously growing impatient from all of the talking. Subaru states that Tanza will come with him because she can fight alongside Flop or Rem, so that way Katya isn't wary of him when he randomly appears. After all, if Rem came along, Katya wouldn't, of course, believe that Subaru's some random guy, and of course if Rem is there, Katya will of course follow Rem and Subaru. However, Subaru hears a response from someone else. A voice comes out and states that he already saved Katya, so there's no need to save her. Subaru freezes, and Beatrice notices something is wrong and calls out to Subaru. Subaru then steps forward and puts himself between the man and Rem. The voice speaks out again. "These are strange bedfellows, but it is what it is, right?" The voice then goes on. "I'm sure we both have a grudge, but let's put our differences aside and work together to get out of here." The man then shrugged his shoulders. Todd Fang, the most troublesome opponent in Wallachia, shrugged his shoulders, and with that, the chapter ends. By the way, I swear to God, I predicted that Subaru and Todd will have to team up. I literally said this was gonna happen. It was expected because Todd wants to survive, and so of course he'll team up with Subaru. So obviously they're going to team up here and escape together. So this is going to be real fun, because I feel like we're going to get a bit more information on how Todd operates. Because I'm pretty sure there's going to be an issue where like Subaru wants to do something and Todd goes, no, 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 no. We have to look at this possibility, that possibility, that possibility. And I feel like Subaru is going to learn from Todd. Not only that, do keep in mind, I don't believe Todd has seen Subaru in baby mode. So Todd is not randomly gonna kill Subaru here because he hasn't seen Subaru. And of course Todd knows that this is most likely the true crown prince. So it's not worthwhile for him to kill Subaru at all.